All right. Cows win. Cows win. Cows win. Happy Thanksgiving to all. I hope you all were able to spend some time with your family. Um, I think that's the most important thing about just about life in general, right? Like, as much as we want to, um, we love ball, right? We love football. But even sometimes as fans, as content creators, as everything that we do, sometimes we can get a little too high or a little too low. And you know, that safe space is where you want to end up. Cows win. Cows win. Um, and a convincing win at that. 8-point win, but um, should have probably been a double digit win. And we'll talk about some of the game. We won't be here too long. I hope you guys are enjoying your family. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to the chat box. Um, you were pretty much able to shut Daniel Jones and his run game down. And we have to remember this was a 7-3 team coming in. So, the thought that, it's kind of funny seeing kind of the narrative as though like, well, the Cowboys aren't playing, like the Giants aren't a good team. Well, they beat some good teams. They beat Green Bay. Um, they haven't played Washington yet. They they beat some good teams. One of the interesting things is all game I'm saying to myself, man, that Giants front, first of all, those some big dudes with Dexter Lawrence, and with Lawrence and with Thibodeau and company, like those guys that's a nice front. That is a very nice front. Cows win, Cows win. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. Um, I hope you guys are having fun with family. Let's get to the nitty gritty. It's a gritty win because it's the most recent win. I didn't know how Dallas will respond to beating Minnesota the way they did. Minnesota's on right now playing the Patriots. It's always tough when you have those quick turnarounds, right? And the first half, I would like to forget it. One of the things that bothered me in the first half was the rhythm play calling wise. And what happened, one of the things that bothered me was it looked like Kellen and staff had no answer for that five front, that odd front that the Giants were running. And Wink Martindale, what he wants to do, right? Wink wants to play cover zero. Like he wants to play cover zero. He wants to stress you out in those ways. And I just think that, Dallas early on had no answer. I thought that this, if you want to, be kind of nitpicky, and I'll go back and watch film, I thought that this was Tyler Biadasz's worst game. Not Tyler Biadasz, Tyler Smith's worst game. I thought that Tyler Smith could have played better football today. Thibodeau also was a top 5 pick, and he had his number a few times. So there are going to be times where sometimes, this is the first time that Smith has been on a stretch like this, Tyler Smith, where it's that doesn't mean that you just take them and throw them away. No, you don't do that. You won the game convincingly. You made adjustments in the second half. So you don't throw them away, and I thought he held up better. But the front they were giving you and what they were asking their defenders to do, I hate to tell you this, you weren't going to get the running lanes that you thought you weren't going to get the same running lanes that you got versus Minnesota, because Minnesota was playing that 4-man front. The Giants were not. And dare I say, the Giants had probably more of a stout run defense. So that was kind of interesting to me. Just my early nuggets. Ezekiel Elliott, 16 carries, 92 yards, 5 yards to carry for Zeke. Early on, it was tough sledding, but when Zeke got it going in the second half, he got it going. 2 kind of weird interceptions from Dak Prescott. The first one is CeeDee Lamb, who CeeDee Lamb had a great game. That one was kind of borderline. Did that corner I think that was Darnay Holmes. Did he have his head around on that play? I want to say he didn't. And so that one was kind of interesting. The one where Dak tries to go hurry up, and it's kind of cool seeing Dak. So Dak all game was basically just playing Madden, just calling her from the line based on the fronts. And he was hitting on him a few times. But then there were times and there were reps where I wanted Dak to kind of say, hold on, slow down, and kind of get exactly what he wanted. Wow. There goes Justin Jefferson early on with an early touchdown against the Patriots. It's so interesting how we were able to shut down Justin Jefferson. And then he goes out in the first drive and he just has 3 catches and he just carves a Bill Belichick defense up. This Cowboys team is fun, man. Even after a bad first half of football, they turn it on like that. Dak makes some great throws. I thought the throw off Dak's back foot was outstanding. Just completely outstanding. The one to CeeDee Lamb. I thought CeeDee Lamb had one of his better games. And the brain farts weren't on CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb has over 115 total yards, 11 rushes, 11 rushing yards, 106 receiving. I thought CeeDee Lamb just played lights out football. I thought Michael Gallup had some really clutch catches. Obviously, Dalton Schultz with the 2 touchdowns in the red zone. Jake Ferguson with the Fergo leap. I call him Fergie. Fergie. Dallas played good football today, and they got to win. Concerns. I think that Dallas, I won't say that they played down the competition, but if there's something that does scare me is how fast Dallas adjusts to what teams are trying to do defensively. Wink has been in the league for a long time. It was clear what he wanted. It's clear he was running cover 1. It's clear that he was we're going to get – so a few reps those DBs were in Dallas receivers' faces. Thank you, Darren. Thank you for all you do. I'm thankful for all y'all. Listen, I'm thankful for y'all. Everybody clapping emojis in the chat. On Thanksgiving, I was able to sneak away from the family for a little bit. On Thanksgiving, I'm going to still give y'all my thoughts, man. Thank you for y'all. We get to sit back on Sunday and relax. Can y'all give me clapping emojis? Come on, y'all clapping emojis. Clap, clap. There we go. I'm thankful for y'all. I'm grateful for y'all. I couldn't do this without y'all. Just being able to talk ball. Let's see what y'all want to talk about. So, concerns. Let's talk concerns for a second. How do we feel about that first half of football? What's up, Joe Rod? I know you're with family. How do we feel about that first half of football? To me, I tweeted and I said, I never thought that Dallas would lose the game, but there are times that I want to see Kellen Moore adjust better. Like Kellen Moore has to take, to me, he's no longer allowed to run a reverse. That's over. It's over. He's no longer allowed to run a reverse, like ever. Just say it's done. Kellen, no, you're never allowed to run a reverse ever again. But then on top of that, they ran that odd front, and Dallas had been getting those light boxes because of our receiving threats. And we got light boxes, and so the run fit was kind of different. And it was kind of cool. Interesting. I tweeted this. It was cool. No, I'm talking about run fit offensively. Drink some water. It was cool seeing and hearing Dallas come to the line. Well, hearing Dak come to the line. And if you guys hear him, if you listen back, you hear him say, donut, donut, donut. That's just a check call for duo. And duo is a blocking scheme where all you're doing is double teaming the 3 tech and you're just that running back just has to dent the defense. He just has to hit it right up between those A gaps, and Dallas has been running that with a lot of success, and that's a run that Tyler Smith blocks up beautifully, and McGovern and Zach Martin and those guys, they block up beautifully. So what Dak is doing is he's coming to the line, he's looking at the front, and he's just saying duo, donut, 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 and he's just he's he's just checking it. Let's get to this super chat real quick. Started slow, but still got the W with Zeke look fresh today. Yep. Thank you so much for this super chat, Darren Dunn. Zeke looked very fresh. He looked good. Tony had a good game as well. But you could see that, like, the Giants made a decision there. They said, hey, let's see if Dallas is good enough to beat us through the air, because we're not going to let these guys run wild and then kill us and play action shots. It was even kind of interesting to see how much the Giants run blitzed. And I said this on Twitter. I thought that Jalen Smith actually had a nice football game. I'm going to step away from the camera and say that again. I think that Jalen Smith had a very nice football game. A very nice football game. No holds bar, no knock on the player. I'm not going to do any of that. I thought that Jalen Smith played really good football. I really do. All right, first half issues. I thought that Kellen didn't have good rhythm early. What I mean by that, so what happened was, and I get it because I call plays. So the front in the box is telling you pass the ball. I think what happened was some of the play action shots that came. So sometimes people don't know what they're looking at. So if you have a 5-man front, you have 5 down linemen on offense, and let's say you're in, 11 personnel, 1 back, one tight end, 3 receivers, and 1, if you're in 11 and you're not +1 in the run game and they're just flying downhill hard, sometimes it's tough to run the ball. And I think what Kellen saw was, well, let's figure out a way to soften them up in the passing game first, and then we'll pass to set the run up, right? And I think that that's a great way of thinking. However, I doubt that this would have been a great game to get those, because the Giants' strength is the middle of that defense. Dexter Lawrence, who's my other guy who they drafted? Leonard Williams from USC. The middle of that defense is stout. Like, it's just hard to get movement on those guys. First of all, they just big dudes. Like, if you look at Lawrence, he's just bigger than every one of our offensive linemen. And so it's hard to get movement on those guys. And so what do? You kind of use some of what, and I don't know if Dallas had game planning wise, you may have to chalk some of that up, because I don't know if Dallas had enough time to really game plan some of those edge runs. But that's what I would have wanted to see more. Now, I thought that one of Kellen's better play calls was the speed option. Just a flat out tremendous play call. Get the ball on the edge. And get the ball out quick to Zeke. I thought that was dope. Now, the bad from the first half was game adjustment in game. Like, you're not seeing what they're trying to do to you, and that was some of the bad. And I think that Kellen went in the second half, made adjustments. You saw it on the first drive, came out, got points, and then kind of didn't let up. I thought that one of the big things that I saw early on was Dallas is going to go tempo to make sure that you can't get certain personnel groups off the field. The problem with that is if you go 3 and out doing that type of stuff, you're putting your defense right back on the field. As I sip some of this water, there's good, there's bad. When you go tempo, understand that if you go 3 and out, you're putting your defense in stress. As good as this defense is, and they may stop after stop today, a lot of stops. But you're going to put any defense in stress when tempo is you want a ball quick, you snapping that ball with 10 seconds in the clock, in the shot clock. That's tricky. That's tricky. So that's kind of some of my bad. Defensively, honestly, the only bad I had from the first half, I thought that we choked the run well. The only bad I had was just Anthony Brown not finding the ball. But Anthony Brown has played corner well this year. I'm not going to overreact or just say that I don't want to throw Anthony Brown away, you know. And like Joe Ross said, guys, we hadn't won on Thanksgiving in a while. I don't think that we won last year on Thanksgiving. Did we win? Chat box, did we win last year on Thanksgiving? So to get this win, the Cowboys have 8 wins. We're 8-3 right now. So what Foots isn't going to do, I'm not going to complain. We're going to talk about it, but I ain't going to complain. We ain't going to do that. I'm thankful. On Thanksgiving, I'm very thankful. Can Zeke get his respect right now? Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Right now, Mr. Right Antoine Myers. Mr. Right Antoine Myers. What's up, Holmes? Mr. Right Antoine Myers. Hey, Zeke always got his respect for me, dog. I think that it's a perfect. I will say this, though, Mr. Right. Did you see Tony Pollard in Pass Pro throwing his body around? These guys are playing for each other. These guys are playing good team football. It's not about Zeke. It's not about Tony. I think these guys have a mission. I think that's why they all want Odell Beckham. They realize that the box will get lighter and lighter and lighter, and you could just have fun with Odell Beckham in there. So thank you for the super chat, Holmes. Thank you for watching, Mr. Right Antoine Myers. Okay. Zeke definitely gets his respect. All right, so let's talk about the that was kind of the bad. And it was, listen, we were down 13-7. You're down 13-7.5. There wasn't a thought in my mind that said that Dallas is going to lose this game. Not a thought. But you wanted to see Dallas do what they did and come out and score 3 touchdowns unanswered until basically the Giants get a layup drive at the end of the game. So that was cool. That was extremely cool. Now let's talk about some of the good. Going back and watching CeeDee Lamb and some of the catches and some of the routes he ran today is exactly why I've been consistent that I believe that CeeDee Lamb has top 5 potential. Period. Like, CeeDee Lamb had a great game today. Lamb had a great football game. No, he didn't score a touchdown, but he is a problem after the catch, in space, in the slot, and he's just going to get better. CeeDee Lamb is a problem. CeeDee Lamb is a problem. Michael Gallup is the example of a true possession receiver. Michael Gallup had an outstanding game. I think that the way he went up and caught the ball, the way he boxed some of those baby receivers, some of those baby DBs out today, I think that, Michael Gallup played lights out football today. Michael Gallup did a great job today, especially when they were light. When they were heavy in the box and then they were rolling those safeties. I'm going to have to go back and look at the all-22, but it looked like they probably rolled that single because that's what Wink Martindale is going to go cover 0. He's going to send them. That's what he did in Baltimore. That's why a lot of Baltimore fans wanted him gone, because if those blitzes don't get home, you start getting ate up. And Dak did a great job of navigating those blitzes. And again, this is a 7-3 team. This isn't we didn't play Lulu's today. It's a 7-3 team. We didn't play the Giants. This is a team that's been winning. It's in a bad defense. So this is a 7-3 team. So I like what CeeDee Lamb did. Hold on, guys. Let me take this call real quick. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, y'all, that was family. But CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup if you don't get Odell, which I think that you will get Odell, if you don't get Odell Beckham, I still think that you have everything that you need. Now, scheme wise, Kellen Moore is going to have to clean up. And, this defense is like Micah Parsons getting 2 sacks, Dorrance Armstrong getting a sack. It's just like, it's so routine now. It's just like another day at the office, right? It's incredible. It's literally like another day at the office when those guys do what they're supposed to do. So, Cowboys versus Giants, sloppy but solid win. What do you mean, Foots? The Dallas Cowboys aren't gonna win every game 40-3. Newsflash. But what you did today on Thanksgiving was you were down at half and you convincingly won this football game. I'll never be mad at that. Jake Ferguson, Peyton Hendershot, Dalton Schultz. You would love to keep all three, but Schultz will probably bet on himself in the offseason, as he should. In the NFL, you don't get many opportunities to get that big contract. So Schultz should go. Ferguson will be fine. He's actually kind of sneaky after the catch, and then so will Hendershot. I think that your duo for the next couple years will be Hendershot and Ferguson. And then when they're up, you pay one of them. But you're not going to keep Dalton Schultz when you got so many guys up that you got to pay. Foots the King is my name. Demetrius Adams. What's up, Holmes? Foots the King is my name. I'm feeling really, really good, y'all. Like I said, this isn't going to be a long one, but I just feel that the Dallas Cowboys play so resilient today. Was kind of goofy, was very sloppy, but played resilient. And, I'll never be mad at that, guys. I'm going to answer 3 questions, then I'm gone. I'm going to go spend some more time with my family, but I had to get with y'all because I know that Cowboys fans want content no matter what day of the week it is. 3 questions. Give it to me. Give it to me, y'all. 3 questions. Dak inconsistent. Let's go there. I don't think that Dak is inconsistent. I think that he gave, if you look at both, you got to grade both interceptions. The one he's trying to catch them, he thought it was a penalty. Cool. And then the other one, Phillip Ellis, I don't think that he was really trying to give CD a shot. It's a bang bang play. The ball gets tipped. It's an interception. If you want to call Dak inconsistent, that's cool. I thought that Dak had control of the game. He played good football. It wasn't like he was throwing bad balls or, DBs were jumping footballs, and it wasn't any of that. So I can't say that he's inconsistent. CD is a number one. Didn't he answer that today? Yes, he did. CD Lamb, Sedarius Lamb is a number one. And not only is he a number one, but he legit is a real threat after the catch. And then now with Gallup, and then, the one who's kind of phased off is kind of Noah Brown. Noah Brown is kind of showing you why he's just been a special teams guy, blocker at times, those type of things. I like CD Lamb, I like Noah Brown, but he's kind of phased out. And he's kind of, who I thought he was. One more question, guys, and then we'll get out of here. Will the Cowboys lose another game this year? I think they'll be favored in every game coming up. Right now, the elephant in the room is obviously Philly, and I think that they are better than the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they have a better roster. I think they're clicking better, and I think they have the ability. Like, Philly doesn't have the ability to rip off 3 touchdowns like Dallas did today after playing, quite frankly, a terrible first half. The Philadelphia Eagles and their offense they don't have the explosion to do that. Do I think that Philly could probably game plan a little bit better than the Giants? Yes, but at the same time, the Giants front is better than Philly's front. So I don't know if Philly will be able to stop Dallas in the run game. The Giants have a really good front with Thibodeau and those guys. They're going to be held for years to come. Like, that front is scary. So, just stay consistent. Like, just understand that, guys. All right. It's your boy Foots. I'll be back tomorrow with some more content. I told you guys towards the end of the year, I'm not going to let up. We're going to keep going. I'm going to keep giving y'all energy. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Cows win. Cows win. Cows win. Baby.